people. Thank you guys for tuning into Heavily Sent People You Should Know. As you guys know, my name is Cynthia. I have a youth organization called Heavily Sent Youth, where I expose kids to different outside of their communities. We do things like tennis, golf, bowling, swimming, archery, and now I've just implemented life skills. And so we've been doing things like calligraphy. Listen to me, calligraphy. See what I'm saying?
Cursive.
Yeah, cursive writing. Mm-hmm. And today I took a class at work, and we talked about fire extinguishers because I will soon be putting a fire out at work. I'm so excited about that. Nevertheless, so I don't know if you guys know, but there's 4 different type of fire extinguishers, and they all serve a different purpose. Like, for instance, one is for gasoline, and the other one is for wood. If you guys don't know that, you guys need to check that out, get some information about that. And I think every household should have a fire extinguisher because you got kids cooking, you cooking, and the last thing you want to do is get the wrong extinguisher. And exactly, because what could be a kitchen fire could be your home fire. So if you guys go to my page, you will see that. Also, I am starting a 12-week youth program. Initially, I was doing males, but I've had so many calls about parents wanting me to have their girls involved in what I'm doing. And so at first I was like, nah, because when you mix girls and boys, it's a conflict of interest, and it could get pretty distracting to both parties. Nevertheless, I don't want to leave anybody out. So I will be getting that together. It's going to be 12 weeks. We're going to meet 2 days a week on Saturdays for about 3 hours and 1 day during the week. And I think every month we'll do a outing, whether it be Brookfield Zoo, Sox game, WNBA game, so on and so forth. So I'm getting that together so you guys could find me at Heavenly Sent Youth on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So with that being said, I like to highlight a youth because so often we hear about the bad that our kids doing, so on and so forth. So I was looking on the news, and I came across a young man named Peyton Pitts, and he has been accepted to 6 Ivy. Did you hear about that? Mm-hmm. 6 Ivy. What is it? Yeah, you posted it, right. 6 Ivy colleges, right? Mm-hmm. And so kudos to that young man because he's in Chicago. I would love to have him on the show. Again, I try to provide a positive platform for our youth, change the narrative that all youth are bad. So if you guys know him, I would love to interview him. So with that being said, to my right, I have my guest. See, she left me already, y'all. I have my guest. Her name is Mrs. What's your name?
Angel Daniels.
That's what her name is. Mrs. Angel Daniels. So, I'm going to introduce her, but I think it only makes sense that she introduce herself because she know who I am better than I know who she is. What I'm saying is that she is an awesome individual. I got a chance to meet her, and we connected. And so I thank God for her energy, for the things that she's doing, for her always giving me encouraging and uplifting words. So often women don't do that for whatever reason. It's sad, but, nevertheless, there are people out here, and the Lord will definitely send you people who see your heart. Mm-hmm. And so I think with that being said, that's probably why I always say heavenly sent people you should know, because these people are definitely heavenly sent, because it takes a special individual to deal with youth, and not so much their children, but other children. And so I'm just grateful to partner and, be able to meet so many different people. So with that being said, I'm going to let her tell you what she got going on, what kind of organization she got, what they do, how you can get in touch, so on and so forth. So, Miss Angel, it's yours.
Hi, I'm Angel Daniels. I have a nonprofit organization by the name of Deep City Go-Getters Dance Troupe. We actually started out as Go-Getters Dance Troupe. Go-Getters to me mean determined. I deal with young ladies from the age of 8 until they feel like they're grown.
8? Wow.
Yes.
Bless your ministry.
I'm trying to tell you. So, I started out when my oldest niece was 14. My oldest daughter was 12. My brother actually came and told me I need to do something with them because they was starting to get into liking boys. So he told me to either find something for them to do or he was going to find something. And you know how men are when it comes to their daughters. So I wound up starting dancing because I've been dancing since I was 5. So I figured I'll start a dance team mentoring young ladies. I do not have boys because, like she said, when you mix the two, things happen. And I don't want nobody happening while they're in my presence. Exactly. So I've been doing it since 2007. I did take a break because majority of my young ladies, they grew up, they went to college. Awesome. Some of them started having children, and they felt like they was grown. Recently, I started back up a couple of years ago due to Mr. Daniels having a basketball event, and he needed some entertainment for halftime. So I had to call my niece and my daughters and their friends, and we got about 6 to 7 girls. And ever since then, everybody been asking, when you going to start back up? So we have been indulging in the summertime to give these kids something to do. Awesome. I do not bother them while they are in school because school is very important. Majority of my girls, they do play basketball, they run track, they play volleyball, so they are entertaining. They are in curricular activities after school. So I pretty much get them after spring break. We start up and we do things on the weekends. We do mentors. We have female discussions. I have the older girls to talk to the younger girls because they might feel more comfortable talking to them. And if they feel like I need to be there in the conversations, then I do sit in. Some of my girls feel like they can't talk to their parents. So I'll ask them, do you want me to have a conversation with your mom, or do you want me to sit in while you try to talk to her? And majority of them tell me yeah, because they feel comfortable with me being there in the presence of them while they talk to their parents. So it actually goes good. Sometimes I have to call the parent like, hey, your baby got something to talk to you about. I just want you to listen. Don't get defensive. Don't get offensive. Just listen, you know. So a lot of times they just want to be heard. So that's pretty much what I do. Like I said, I start from the age of 8 till they feel like they grown. I am actually putting together, I was asked to assist with a cheer, dance, and majorette competition for August 5th. So if you have a dance team, a cheer team, a majorette team, it could be boys, it could be girls, it's up to you. August 5th, we will be at the new Inglewood STEM, which is on 68th and Normal. And that will take place on a Saturday. So if you have a team that you feel like is, that wants to be a part of it, we are doing trophies and cash prize for first place. And my trophies are 6 feet tall. The question is, how am I getting it there? No, the question is, how y'all getting it, where y'all taking it? So, I love it. So it will be a nice event. Awesome. We will be doing a back-to-school event. Actually, it's a back-to-school competition. So we will have book bags there. We'll be passing out and all that good stuff.
Wow. So how would one be able to get in touch with your organization? So
I am on Facebook under Deep City Dance Troupe. I'm also on, you can email me at deepcity.weekendsports@gmail.com, or you can do deepcity2021@gmail.com. You can get in contact with me through my cell phone, which is 708-501-0656. And are you stationed west, south, east, or north side? I am in the south suburbs. I am actually in Robbins, Illinois. I am from Inglewood, but I moved out to Robbins because I have one son, and I wanted my son to live, and they was getting pretty bad in the area where I was at. So I actually sold my house, and I moved out to Robbins. Well, actually Blue Island. I keep telling y'all, the Lord gonna always send y'all people that got the same vision. I also have one son, and I've moved around, for that very same reason. For me, it's important to create spaces and resources and whatever it may be to keep these young men preoccupied. Case in point, it's been all over social media, the kids downtown. What do you think about that? Well, personally, a lot of people blame the parents. Okay. I'm going to say half and half, because for working parents, we cannot be there with our kids all the time. It's impossible.
Facts.
So nowadays, everybody have iPhones. Everybody have Androids. You can track your child. You know exactly where your child is. If I call your phone and I hear a lot of people and you supposed to be at little Mike house and you not at Mike house and I hear a lot of people, then we got a problem, because that means you're not where you're supposed to be at. But if you see your child on the news and you sitting up here talking about that ain't your baby, then I got a problem with that. And a lot of times our kids get in trouble and they say, well, my child wouldn't do that. Well, you can't say what your child don't do, because you're not in your child's present 24/7. Especially if you're working, you got other kids to attend to or whatever. So you can't really say what your child would do, what your child won't do. You pretty much know your child better than your child do. So with that being said, I feel like it's sad that our kids is actually tearing up where they stay at. Downtown used to be somewhere where you go to kick it and enjoy the walks downtown with the nice buildings that light up, and you take pictures in front of nice buildings. And
Kind of like our background.
kind of like your background.
There we go.
So now it's like you got tourists that's coming and they're scared to come back. And that's really not good.
At this point, I don't want to go downtown.
And I work downtown, so yeah.
So you say it's part the parent and the kid?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
agree. Because even with programming, I've quickly learned that most of the time the parents want the kids to be there, but the kids don't want to be there.
Yep.
And it's, it's a battle of, it's a battle, because for me, I prefer the kids to want to be there, because now I have to stop what I'm doing every 5 minutes to make sure this kid engaging or whatever it is this kid needs to do. And so even with my 10-week program I was doing at the library, I had one young man who didn't want to be there. His mom pretty much was forcing him to be there. And so because of that, he was rebellious. Like, he wouldn't talk to us, and it was kind of weird, because I'm like, this kid's sitting there 3 hours with his coat zipped up to his face, and he ain't gonna say nothing. And so, the guys are trying to interact with him. However, I will say after the second and third week, he began to, talk. And, I had a conversation with his mom, and found out he was the only child, and he wasn't your social butterfly. And so I understood it took time, because even with me, I'm not your most, I seem to be real sociable and engaging, but for me, I don't really take to people. The Lord gave me the gift of discernment, and so I'm not one of the people that you can run up on and start a conversation. I'm like, no, I need to be around you enough to feel your energy, and then contingent upon your energy, then that'll tell me if I want to talk to you or if I don't. And it's okay, because you have to guard your energy.
You do.
You can't put everybody in your circle, and people don't get that. It ain't that I'm acting funny or I'm thinking, no, your energy don't match mine, and it's okay. How you doing? Have a nice day. It's okay. It's a million people that you could talk to in this room. But right now, no. Maybe next lifetime, probably. I'm just saying, because people be overdoing it. And, so, wow, I could say so much. So, again, I think it's important that we do something in regards to trying to help the youth, all this talking back and forth and trying to do this and trying to do that. At the end of the day, if you don't have a relationship with these kids, then what you're saying going at one end out the other. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got kids of your own kids ain't listening to you. So how you gonna sit here and try to tell somebody else's kid what to do? So y'all go here downtown and think that y'all gonna be able to police them 100 kids. Y'all see what them kids doing. So it's gonna take more than just. Like she said, it needs to start with the parents. And so parents, like you said, y'all send y'all kids down there.
Get involved and stop acting like your kid's so innocent. If your kid coming home with Jordans on, they ain't working, baby. They got them from somewhere. You ain't bought them. They daddy ain't bought them. They friends ain't bought them, definitely, and ain't nobody working, so they getting them from somewhere. Your baby coming in with car keys. You ain't bought no car.
You're right.
Your baby coming in, his hand broke or it's bleeding or whatever, and it looked like his glass stuck in it. That means he been doing something he ain't got no business doing. Or shit, and it's getting to the point the girls is, they just as bad as the boys, baby. They just,
You're right. Because they coming home. They coming home
Definitely.
all discombobulated.
They are.
They
are. And they talk. Social media is their friend. They get on social media and they tell everything. If they not on social media, you better believe they on their cell phones. They definitely talking. So you overhear these conversations that they're having, that they're about to have. We going downtown on Saturday. It's going down. You already know what that means. So, you know, we got to start talking more and more with our kids. We got to start listening, definitely. And comprehension is a big, big must. You can communicate all day long, but if you ain't got comprehension, baby, you just communicating for nothing. So we got to start comprehending what these children are trying to say. And we got to get involved as parents. As parents, or somebody that's a role model, or somebody that's positive in the aspect of being with the youth, or I'd rather for my child to talk to a grown adult than talk to her 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 16-year-old friend that's going to pretty much tell her what she want to hear. I want her to talk to, or I want him to talk to an adult that's going to guide them in the right way, that's going to keep them out of jail instead of lead them to go to jail.
I agree.
And then think it's funny once they in there.
And you guys need to invest in your kids like you invest in all these other things. You know, I often say that a kid needs an outlet. And so often a lot of parents really just don't care. You know, like she just mentioned, you know, we have to go to work, but in going to work, you still have to, you know, listen, I call my son even when he's in school because I know he got his phone. I know at some point he can answer. And so when he get out of school, you know, I'm putting everything to the side to hear how his day went. And like she said, when my son come home, I can tell whether he had a bad day or not. Mm-hmm. And without him even saying nothing, but that's because I'm in tune and I understand being a freshman, just being in high school, period. You got so many different forces. You got peer pressure all over. So, and even with the social media, I promise you, these kids put any and everything on social media. Case in point, I had somebody send me a picture of two little boys that I know with guns. One little boy on the floor with a gun I ain't never seen in my life, and then the other boy behind him with 3 guns. And I'm like, really? And these boys in 7th grade. So guess what I did? I sent it to the parents. And you know what the parents said? Oh, this ain't on his Facebook, no, or Instagram, no, but it's on other little boy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So y'all need to check in. Mm-hmm. Check in. Because like it's 7th grade putting this on Facebook. Yeah. Come on, parents. Yeah. We got to do better. Like she said, y'all so quick to say what y'all kids won't and won't do. Tell you this funny story. I moved my son to the west suburbs, right? And so his brother lived maybe 4, 5, 6 blocks from us. And so I think I was at work. He was like, Mom, I'm going to take a Uber to my brother's house, right? Mm-hmm. And because I post him on Facebook, everybody know him, right? So in the midst of about 15 minutes after I got off the phone with him, my friend calls like, Cynt, your son walking down whatever street. I was like, my son ain't never... my son ain't never walking down no street because that ain't what we do. She took a picture, sent it to me. I called my son and said, son, where you at? I'm headed to my brother's house. How you getting there? I'm in an Uber. I said, okay. Needless to say, he won't ever walk again. And so when I told him about it, he like, ooh. And I sent him the picture. Like, it don't matter who, son. Just know that, you know, people know how I police you. And so, you know, when people, I thank God that the individual called and let me know. And so, you know, when people know, you know, how I am in regards to what I'm trying to teach you. So, yeah, you walking up the street? What we doing at that? So he lied to me. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that was a lesson. And every moment with him is a teachable lesson. If we don't teach these kids, our streets will. And so we got to allow them to make mistakes. And when they make the mistakes, as parents, we got to correct them. Mm-hmm. And without the harsh punishment, cussing and all that, so on and so forth, because our first teacher, possibly in his little brain, because we know that, you know, their brain still, mm-hmm. you know, what you call it? Developing. Mm-hmm. So, he in his mind, he thought it was okay. But no, in the world we live in, we ain't finna be walking up no street. And then, so now in my head, he in an Uber. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you walking up the street, so goes back to, even in my case, I don't know what my son doing. I'm not gonna say what he will and won't do. But when I see that he doing something, his behavior gonna be corrected. Absolutely. So that was just a funny story that I wanted to share. Yeah. He probably like, yeah, she know my business. Right? I keep telling my son. In my business. People know you. And then it's funny because he was at the gas station one day. He was like, Mom, somebody in the gas station said they know you. I was in the gas station with my brother. I was like, son, I keep telling you. It's like, I be seeing you on Facebook. So he always get upset when I post him on Facebook. Nah, I'm proud of him. As you should be. So, on that note, so with your girls, you mentioned that they are from 8 to...
They think they grown.
That's funny. 8 to they think they're grown. Because they could think they're grown at 12,
I'm
right?
trying, and there's some that really think they're grown at 12.
And so I like the fact that you're also... And so that's the thing. So when we got these kids with us, we have to teach them... what do you call it? So you teach them dance, but also you teaching them responsibility
and on time, which is funny because anyway, that's another story. But I'm teaching them responsibilities. When you come to practice, have on comfortable clothes. Don't come in jeans. You can't dance in jeans. Gym shoes, because you go running.
Structure. That sounds like structure.
Yeah. You got to go running. You got to learn how to dance and breathe at the same time. Like I tell them, if you got a headache, that's because you're dancing and you're not breathing. That means no oxygen is getting to your nice little brain up there. So you have to breathe. So if you're running, you got to breathe. Everything is a team effort. You leave. Everybody leave together. Everybody come back together. So if you don't come back, and I get this a lot because my old girls, which are like 30 now, they so mad because I'm so lenient with the girls I got now. But I'm like, I'm a grandmama now. You know, kids think my grandbabies get away with everything. So I'm a little bit more lenient. But they'll like it because they like, you ain't doing it like that. But that was like almost 15, 20 years ago. You can't be mad at me now.
Exactly.
Like, my grandbaby is 5 and 6 years old. Like, you know, they be like, Nima. And I be like, okay. You know? So when the new girls come and they be like, coach, and I be like, okay, yeah. Y'all running, but y'all ain't got to do nothing else. Stretch a little bit.
Really?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So y'all little muscles won't be tight.
Yeah, you soft and don't you?
You know, I mean, I'm working on it. But goodness to say, they are merging. They will be dancing together.
Okay.
I will be bringing my older girls. We will be, reuniting. Like they say, reuniting and it feels so good. So I had one of my girls like, I got a feeling we're going to be running in the summertime in the heat. And I was like,
that.
Don't put my business on Facebook.
I didn't think that dance groups did that.
Oh, what?
For real,
Oh, them babies run from my house to Family Dollar, Dollar Tree and back. Yeah, and they got a few minutes to do it. I ain't got all day. We got stuff to do.
So I'm playing games. Because my boys ain't never did no.
Oh, yeah, they run, baby. Them babies run. I got parents that be talking about they exercising too. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, got to keep them in shape. They want 6 packs. They want these little crop tops with their tummy out.
I'm with you when you're right.
you can't be out there looking.
Interesting. Yeah, I need to. Okay, all right.
Yeah, incorporate some exercising. I mean, you have them doing push-ups when they're jogging pants.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that was because we can't wear. So my boy's not allowed to wear jogging pants or Crocs. Cause for what? If you need to be ready, if we fit a run, Crocs and jogging pants, no, they. So anyhow, no, they gotta come like they ready to go to work or a business attire. So no, that's why they was doing.
Well,
push-ups
we be
like
outside, so they definitely and they go running. They do run. They run in gym shoes. Sometimes they run in Crocs. If I tell you no Crocs and you come, that means I'll make you run a little bit longer. You going a little bit farther. That because I said don't wear them and you brought them anyway. And they say I put them in sports mode. You gonna squirt it a couple more blocks.
Okay.
Go down some more. You know I stay in the boondocks, so I don't have blocks. I got miles. So by the time you get to where you're going, it's gonna take about 7 minutes before you get there and back.
So I think what I'm about to do is, since it's getting hot out, there's a track not too far from where we meet, and so I'm gonna allow the girls to come too. I'm gonna get about 20 kids because I think I can handle about 20 kids, and incorporate some stuff at the track since the library, our library gonna be shut down for 30 days. They doing some renovations, so I have to figure out some outside stuff. So it's just a matter of time before y'all see a flyer saying meet me at the track on Albany. Y'all can drop the kids off and make sure y'all bring them some water and snacks because I can't do it all by myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah. And I provide water. When they come to practice, they have water. I definitely get them water. I do Gatorade. So we pretty much, try our best to keep them dehydrated. Even when we perform, I bring water.
So with that being said, you guys, you got the information. I want to, as always, thank CAN TV for allowing me to have this platform to bring people on here that I think y'all should know. From my mom and my grandmother who's so supportive, from my son who deals with me and don't give me any problems. He don't. I thank God for him. He can be doing anything. My son is humble and laid back and, gonna say the bare minimum. You ain't even gonna know he in the room. So I thank God for his laid back mentality. And of course, God for being ahead of my life, because without God, ain't no me. So, Miss Daniels, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to pretty much my mom, God, My husband, Larry Daniels, for
Hoop hard and get off the court.
Hoop hard or get off the court,
Please
baby.
get off the court.
Please. Definitely my kids, because without them, there would be no Deep City Go-Getters. The grandbabies that keeps me on my toes, especially the oldest one. Y'all pray for me. It's them older kids. It's that little fat 6-year-old. She's a piece of work, and everybody keeps telling me she another me. So just imagine another me in a little body.
I can see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to told you. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I literally want to thank God. I want to thank my parents for trusting me with their kids.
Absolutely.
Thank them for when they call me and, we have conversations and we laugh and we talk and we cry. Thank my children for you guys calling me and, giving me your problems and me able to help. And in the end, we laughing. We share some tears. But at the end of the day, we are all family. And you guys know if y'all call me, I am coming.
Aww.
10 toes down.
Aww.
Even if your mama is wrong, I'm coming.
Aww.
You know I'm coming. So with that being said, thank you for having me.
Aww.
Appreciate it.
Aww. So, you know what? Now, the girls that be saying that they want to dance, I got somebody for y'all. Because I be like, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't be knowing a lot of people I can trust. I'm just going to be, I know a lot of people, but I don't trust a lot of people, and I don't be with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Don't let social media fool y'all.
Yep.
Y'all, it's
and
a
believe
whole
it or
different
not,
world.
I get a lot of parents like, my baby attitude is bad. And when I meet them, I be like, girl, I don't know who you talking about, but that little baby, I don't see
Wow.
it. I don't see it at all. The attitude you talking about, I think you making it up. So I don't get the attitude. We pretty much, and I know when you having a bad day. If you having a bad day, just pull me to the side like, Coach, I'm not feeling it. And I'm going to, take it easy on you. I don't do attitudes. I tell them whatever happened before you got here, leave it at the front door. When you leave, pick it up with you. I want nobody stepping in it.
I love it.
And we all get along. We all get along just fine. It's like one big old happy family. So, yeah, we have our days where I be wanting to strangle them. But
I'm sure. But like you said
all
earlier,
girls with all these difference.
Like you said earlier, sometimes it takes for somebody else to say something to that individual.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and they get it. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they be like, and you pull them to the side. You don't do it in front of everybody. Because everybody don't want you knowing what's going on with them. So I always pull them to the side and, we have a one-on-one conversation like what's going on because this not you. And, they wind up telling me. And once they tell me, I tell them go in the house, for a little while. And when you feel like it, you come back out. You join us, and if you don't, have your parent come pick you up, So you got to just, like I said, body language says a lot. Your body language speaks a lot of value too if you're just paying attention. And I've been doing security since '97, so I'm pretty much observant. So if I see something wrong, I'm definitely gonna say something.
As you should.
Yeah.
So again, thank you for coming. Thank you, Can TV.
Yes.
For having us on. And until next time, Heavenly Sent people you should know. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.